if anybody was able to join my last one. It said I had 59 um, viewers, but you really couldn't see much. And if you got disconnected, then you saw even less. So I don't even know if anybody heard anything I said. But I have been busy working my gig work today. I did Walmart Spark today. I don't know if you know what that is. That means you shop orders and drop them off, or else you just pick up orders and drop them off. Hello, Joshua. Oh, what happened earlier? I was on my way home from doing a shopping order, which means I shopped for a store and then I dropped it off at the customer, and then you must have lost me. So when I got home, I got back on live again. So here is take 2. So I hope you've been well, Joshua. Thank you for watching earlier and thank you for jumping back on again. I appreciate you. How are you doing? How was your Thanksgiving? Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. I am currently working on it's called a diamond dot. I think I showed you the snowman. Oh, it was fun? Cool. I don't, I had the Snoopy one I did, and now I'm working on the snowman. And my goal is to try and have this done by Christmas so I can give it to my daughter for Christmas. One of my daughters. Ray, you joined. Thank you for stopping in, Ray. Now you can hear me talk or see me. You know what I meant. Oh, you always see me chat, but you don't hear me talk. Oh, hi Dex. Did we lose again? I'm sorry if I'm just saying it that way, but I'm used to see and hear. Yes, Ray. I'm used to us losing by now, unfortunately. Hello, Ashisha. Hello, Rakesh. I we lost again. Oh man! And then Packers won. We lost. And then I have one of my residents, where I work at, when I get there, when the first time I see him in the day is I'm like, hush, be quiet. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to. Don't say nothing. Because we constantly lose. Oh my gosh. Presley. Hi, Presley. Oh, and oh my goodness. Hold on. I am going to add Dex. I thought I had Dex added. And then I'm going to add my friend Ray. Hello, Happy. Is that Jira? Yes, hi Presley. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Can't read this. Ashisha, good morning. Well, it's evening here. It's about 7:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. Presley says, "Hi, Wombo." Joshua says, "Did you miss my comment, Yvonne?" Hold on. Let's see if I did. How long you been doing Walmart Spark for? Oh, it's been a year now. I only do it part-time. Hi, Fran. How are you? Fran says, "Hey, Press." Presley says, "I'm good. Thanks yourself." Um, Letheri says, "Hey, Mama." Hey. Presley says, "Hey, Fran." Ray says, "Woo hoo, I'm blue." Yes, I had to make you blue, Ray. Jack says, "If Yvonne would have cheered louder, the Vikings would have won." Oh, really? Fran says, "Great, how are you?" Um, is it snowing? Not right now, but it snowed all night here and all day yesterday. It snowed. Yes. We got lots and lots of snow. Ray says, "Hi, Fran." Definitely not. Adam says, "Hi." Fran says, "Hey, Ray." Joshua says, "I didn't know you met blind people, Yvonne. I'm also blind too. I don't see you, but I can't hear you." Yeah, so that's a double whammo. But I have a friend, not friend. I have two of my residents where I work at. Um, one is deaf, and then I have another resident who is legally blind, but he can see shadows and stuff, but he's mostly blind. Barrage says, "What from?" The theory says, "Mama, can you help me to no. No, I cannot. And we don't talk about that in my channel. But if you look it up on Google, you'll be able to find ways to you'll find a way to. Oh, you can hear me. Okay. Yeah, so um the resident where I work at, he can hear very, very well, like extra good, but he can't see that much. Just shadows. Uh John says no, Joby, camera on. Okay. You're from Morocco. Okay, nice to meet you. I am from the United States. I live in the Midwest. Letherny says, "You from Colorado or what?" I'm from the Midwest. Thank you, Presley. I appreciate you. Joshua says, "Christmas is coming up in 26 days now." Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Are you ready for Christmas? I and I'm in a situation right now where I will be able to get for the grandkids, but I'm trying to do two different. Well, no, actually, I got a couple shirts, one for each one of my daughters, and then I'm trying to make them each a craft. The snowman, this snowman, And then I'm doing this other one where it's they're like jars and they say faith, love, something else. I'm trying to remember what it says. You can't decide what gifts. Oh, what gifts you want? Yeah, I don't want anything from Christmas but to spend time with my family. That's really all I want. Fran says, "Oh, cool. Thank you, Fran." Hi, Mikey. How are you? Mikey says, "Hello, friends." Ray says, "I like the snowman." Thank you, Ray. Thank you. Hi, Colleen. How are you? Colleen says, "Hi, Yvonne." Ray says, "Hi, Mike." Mikey says, "Hello, Ray, Fran, and Colleen." Mikey says, "How are you?" Um, I'm doing pretty good, especially since I have a reliable vehicle now. Um, I I was traveling in the snowstorm yesterday, and I made I made $92 on Walmart Spark, and then I made like $30 on Walmart Spark earlier today, and then I just completed 2 trips on Shipt and got the $25 incentive. So it's nice to go and make money in a vehicle that you don't feel like it's going to fall apart on you, gonna stop on the side of the road. Um, yeah. Joshua says, "Do you use Android or iPhone, Yvonne?" I'm guessing Android. Um, for my Walmart Spark, I use Android. Actually, this is an iPhone. Fran says, "Going to be a small Christmas this year, just fine for Caleb, and then maybe something really small for my 2 nieces." Yeah. I told my daughters that I really can only afford to get the kids, and then it's hard with that because I have 5 grandkids, so I'm not going to be able to go all extravagant on them. Actually, I ordered them some really cute clothes on a clothing app called Shein, Shein. Not sure if you've heard of it, but they have really good stuff. Mike says, "Noise. A reliable vehicle is indeed reliable and a vehicle." Yes, it is. Mike says, "Noise job with the gig work. I made about $110 on an $80 to $100 goal today, which was heckin' dope." All right, that's awesome, Mikey. Fran says, "Glad you have a reliable set of wheels, especially in the winter." Yes, very good. And that was the other reason why I wanted to get the car when I did, because when the mechanic told me that my car was that I was going to need to have him check it every time I got gas, that wasn't really going to let me do my gig work either. And I need my gig work to make supplemental income. I can't just live off my main job. I was I was doing my main job, and I was oh, Brittany, my daughter's in here. Hi, Brittany. Brittany Arnisha is my daughter. Brittany, there's a lot of people on here that are totally awesome. I have many friends on here right now. So if everybody wants to give my daughter a hello. Mike says, "I started doing EBT, that's earned by time with DoorDash again because Shipt is getting better and I've had enough of the $5 general shopping orders for now." Right? Fran says, "Hi, Brittany." Mike says, hello, Brittany Whitney. Colleen says, hi, Brittany. Fran says, your mom is a sweetheart. Oh, that's so sweet. Ray says, hi, Brittany. Joshua says, hi, Brittany. I'm new here. Brittany says, hey, everyone. Blessings to you all. Thanks for supporting my mama. Yes. Thank you so much. They really do. We support each other and it's awesome. It's awesome to make friends, and I consider a lot of these people on YouTube my friends, and I believe they feel the same way. Colleen says, "Yes, she is." And gave me a couple of heart emojis. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Um oops. Yeah, so Brittany, a lot of these people on here have channels that I actually all the ones that just spoke or just, said hello to you, they all have their own channel, and I support them and they support me. Except Joshua, he is blind but he can hear, and he's a friend of ours on a few channels. Joshua says, can I tell Brittany I got this iPad for my birthday this summer, this year, Yvonne? Yes, of course. Um, oh yeah, and what I wanted to say also was that so yesterday I did the Walmart Spark and I did the .com order, and Ray says, hi Joshua. Um, and then after that I went to my grandson's birthday party, which was at the community gym where we were able to play basketball, volleyball, and it was a good time. And I just can't believe he's 14 already. It's crazy. I mean, he'll be 14 tomorrow. Actually, it's so crazy. Um, Brittany says, "Awesome, Joshua," and Raji says, "Happy birthday." Joshua says, mine's the latest one, Brittany. The latest, the greatest iPad, 11th generation. Brittany says, all right, I gotta head off. Well, thank you for stopping in, Brittany. She's got my 5 grandbabies, so she's busy, busy, busy. Wanted to check in and show my support. I appreciate you so much. I have to get to the kids and get them dinner. Love you, Mom. I love you too, sweetheart. Thank you. Mike says, toodles, Brittany. And thank you, everybody that spelled her name right, because there's lots of different ways to spell Brittany, but my daughter's name is Brittney. Ray says, good night, Brittany. Colleen says, bye, Brittany. Yeah, she's got the 5 kids now until tomorrow, I think, and then the other 2 will go to the oldest 2 will go to their mom's house, and then she'll have the 3 youngest. Brittany wave goodbye. Yes, and her middle name is Arnisha. And the funny story about my daughter's middle name is, hey Dean, you just missed my daughter. She just stopped in real quick and she had to go tend to the kids and dinner. Dean says, Yvonne. Um, Mike says, hello, Deanie Weenie. Ray says, hi, Dean. Colleen says, hey, Dean. Yazadaba. Nope, I sure don't. Uh, Joshua says, "What does your daughter do, Yvonne?" She takes care of my grandbabies. That's what she does, day in, day out. Dean says, "I just won Big 3 drawing." All right. Fran says, "Dean." Nice, Dean. Hello, I am Ecom. I'm from India. Well, hello from India. Mike says, "Congratulations, Deanie Weenie." Hello, California Line Dasher. Welcome to my stream. How are you? Fran says, "Hey, David." Oh, I'm going to remember that. California Line Dasher is David. It's a lot shorter to say. Mike says, "Hello, CLD." Well, I guess I could have said that too. Dean says, "Borderline and dashing across America." Chuck. Borderline. You mean Borderline and Chuck one too? David says, "I'm well." Dean says, "Fran." David says, "Yeah, everyone knows me by David." Okay, awesome. Dean says, "One as well." Oh, that's awesome. I didn't even know that Chuck gets on there. Oh yeah, he always said he would be hiding in the background. You never know where he's gonna show up. Ray says, "Hi, California." David says, "Fran." Dean says, "CLD." David says, "Dean." Krish and Sharon. Good morning, ma'am. Here it's good evening. It is 7:33 p.m. Central Standard Time where I'm at. David says, "Womble." A- AJ. How about if I just say AJ? Is that okay? AJ says hi. Ray says, "I win Big Threes drawing last week." Awesome, Ray. That's awesome. Dean says, "Hey, Ray." Presley says, "Dean." Ray says, "I just subbed to California's channel." Awesome, awesome. I'm glad when we can support each other. AJ says, "Hello, I love this stream. Kay, wish you a wonderful day." Thank you. Thank you so much. Krish says, "India morning, 7:05 a.m. So what is that word? 12-hour. Wait, no, you're the next day. Still 12 hours though. David says, "Okay." Thanks, Womble. Dean says, "Just now getting in from night shift. How was your night shift?" Dean says, "Presley." Yeah, I got on at first and then I had to shut it off and then oh man. I wonder if my daughter saw the snowman. I'm just thinking about that because this snowman I'm doing right now is the one I'm giving to Brittany. But I don't think she saw it. I hope she didn't. But if she did, oh well, she don't know it's for her. Um, oh, thank you for liking. I appreciate that. 11 thumbs up in 24 minutes. I appreciate that. Ray says, "Be right back." Okay, Ray. Dean says $70. Oh, that's good. Tonight I got made $52 and that was on Shipt and I don't know if I'll get anything more, but we'll see. You know how it is with Shipt, you never know. Hey, Deb. Oh, my people are popping in my stream tonight. I feel special. The names that I see on everybody else's chat are on here. I appreciate you all so much. And Deb, today was your birthday, right? How was your birthday? Mike says, hello, Debbie Webby. David says, I'm already done for the day, Dean. $194 successfully. Ooh, nice. Successfully, and hit the spark incentive for $35 for 5 curbside. Was a success. Oh, that's awesome. The only thing we had here in my area was $7 for curbside, and that wasn't every order. It was a select few, and it was one of the ones that I didn't do. Deb says, hi, Mike the Bike. Dean says, happy birthday, Deb in the house. Dean says, Mikey. Chris says, AAP. I don't know what that means. Sorry, I only speak English. Deb says, hi, Dean. Thank you so much for the shout out post. Deb says, my birthday was great. Thank you. Oh, awesome. Chris says, all fired. I don't. All friend. I'm sorry. All friend. All friend. Namaste. Okay, awesome. Dean says, let's go, CLD. Joshua says, what iPhone do you have, Yvonne? The new one? No, and it's a small one. I think it's the 15. It was new, right? It came out. It was like I got it right before the 16 came out. And then I got the iPad right. The newest iPad just came out. So yeah. It was it was the most updated iPhone, but now I think it's one behind again. I think. Chloe says, hi, my name is Chloe Drake, and I am a new subscriber. Well, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Bailey says, ho. Jeb says, thank you, Chris. Hello, Chloe. Hello, Bailey. Jeb says, thank you, California Line. Yes, awesome. Joshua says, is it the 11th generation iPad, Yvonne? I think. I know it just came out like this past year. I got it some months back. Well, I got it in March. My daughter got it for me for my birthday. David says, Deb, OMG, I hope you're feeling better. I know it's been rough. Deb says, CLD every day. I feel a little better. I think I'm on the mend finally. Oh, good, Deb. It is never fun to be sick, that's for sure. Oh, and then you were shoveling. I hope somebody else stepped in to shovel for you, because you don't need to be trying to get better and be shoveling. Chris says, ma'am, your channel join done. Oh, well, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Fran says, happy birthday, Deb. David says, oh, good, Debbie. Joshua says, I have mine since June 22. June 22nd or June of 2022. Jeb says, hi, Fran, thank you. David says, Fran, I can't wait to see your streams coming up. Yes. She always has fun, good streams and the way she can, like her vocals. That's what I'm impressed with, her vocals. Fran says, "Ah, thank you, David." Hey, Terry, how are you? Did you hear that? It said, "Fine, thanks." Oh, man. That was so crazy. Yes, Terry, I'm enjoying my new car. I'm like, as soon as I said your name, my iPad talked. Fran said, "Woo!" Joshua says June 22, 2025. Okay, awesome. Dean says, Terry. Evidently, if I say your name too loud, my iPad likes to talk. David says, I always catch Fran at night streaming. Yes, her, Tornado Garden. Chris says, languages problem, English little little. Ah, gotcha. Cherry says, hey, Dean. Deb says, temp is doing outside. I feel it. I got my heart at 70. My toes and fingers are real cold. Yeah. Here before I came back in the house, it said it was 14 degrees. What is the temperature there? Fran says, nice. Woo. It's a quiet one. Joanna says, hi, Angel the Star. You're calling me Angel. Oh, well, that was sweet. Hello. David says, Terry. I can't say it loud. Chris says, very nice talking. Nice talking to you too. Joanna. Hi. Alice the Star. My name is Nana. It's not Alice, but close. Terry says, California. Terry says, yikes, 25 here. Oh, it's 25 there. Uh, yes, I like your emojis. Deb says it's 24, but real feel 18. Yeah, it's 14 here, so who knows the real feel. Joshua says, do you think blind people can use an iPad, Yvonne, if you never heard of screen readers before? I I guess I didn't, but now I have. Yeah, because my other one of my residents where I work at, he is the one that is deaf and he has an iPad. David says temp is 61 tonight in Los Angeles. Oh, sure. All the good weather came to you. Hi, Wendy. Thanks for stopping in. How are you? I don't even know if you've been on my live before. Ellie says, how old are you? I'm old enough to know better. That's what I always say. Jean says it's 19 here. Oh, why so cold? Terry says, brr, Dean. Chris says, ma'am, new friend joined, please, blue. Um, Krish, that's not how it works here. Once you have been on my stream a lot, then that's when I may give you one. All the ones that are blue on my stream, I've been knowing them for a long time. So it takes getting to know each other. I don't just put people in blue. Ralph. Hello from Sweden. Hello, Ralph from Sweden. I am Sweden and Norwegian. So welcome. Terry says California, that nice weather. Right? Oh my gosh. Terry says 3 days ago it was 63. Yeah, can you believe what can transpire in just a couple days? Wendy says doing good. That's good, Wendy. No, you gotta go to dialysis in the morning. So you gotta go to bed soon, right? Joshua, who is Terry Yvonne? She is one of my dear friends. She's had her channel longer than mine, and I go support her, and she supports me. And she does crafts. She does gig work. Rosebud. Hi, Rosebud. Ray says, hi, Rosebud. Deb says, hi, Rosebud. Ralph says, wow, thank you. Rosebud says, hi, Deb. And that one, I can't even say it. Says hi. Terry says, hi, Rosebud. Ray says, I just subbed to Dirty Stack Deb. All right. Yep, she's good people, Ray. Good people. Deb says, awesome. Wombo, thank you. Well, I think you meant to say awesome. It says assume, but I think you meant to say awesome. Krish says, okay, ma'am, I am everyday present. Okay. Wendy says, you're right, dialysis in the morning. Yes, because at the nursing home, all of the residents there, they don't have to go anywhere but downstairs in our building because that's where we have our dialysis, and we have our dialysis Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Jean says, Rosebud. Rosebud says, hi, Ray. Dean says, Wendy. Hey, Charles. Oh, Charles. Fran, I know you don't like to be blue on Colleen's, but I don't know if you want to be here or not. So you just let me know. How are you doing, Charles? Fran says hi, Rosebud. Rosebud says hi, Dean. Fran says hi, Wendy. Deb says that was to be awesome. Yes, I thought so. Rosebud says hi, Fran. Fran says, hey, Charles. Joshua says, it's nice to meet you, Terry. Terry says, nice to meet you too, Josh. Yes, Josh is one of our dear friends. He is blind, and he's a supporter of a lot of our channels now, actually. Deb says, hi, Charles. Rosebud says, hi, Terry. Terry says, oh, Jesus, Fran. Hey there. Fran says, hey, Terry. Dean says, keeping it real life. Terry says, sorry, Fran, I missed you in the chat. I'm doing dinner. Rosebud says, how's it going today? Mrs. Womble says, hi, Dean and Fran. Keeping It Real Life says, howdy, everyone. Joshua says, I bet Terry has met blind people too. Fran says, LOL, it doesn't matter. Whatever makes Yvonne happy. Oh, they're so sweet. Okay, that makes me happy. uh, Fran says, I can be pink with purple polka dots. It doesn't matter. Ray says, hi, Charles. How are you doing, mate? Mrs. Womble says, hi, Rosebud. Rosebud says, hi, Wendy. Uh, I can't even say your name. But he says, where are you from? I am from the United States of America. I'm in the Midwest. Fran says, I am good with being gray. Keeping It Real Life says, staying in the house where it's nice and warm. Yeah, it's definitely warm in the house. Matt, hey lady, you're cute. Oh, thank you. Mrs. Womble says, hi, Charles. And see ya. Terry says, yes, Josh, I have a blind friend. Fran said, yeah, see, I got you. Sia says, Selm. Joshua says, I said to Mrs. Paula, she is the cutest, but she said to me, I'm the cutest. Oh, no, Joshua, you're the cutest. Fran says, thank you for the blue jacket. Oh, I just want to keep you warm, Fran. Sia says, Sila. Deb says, I wore my grilling gloves to shovel. I can't find my winter gloves. My hands stayed warm. Oh, well, that's good. Oh, my goodness. Yes. Oh, the other day I pulled out 3 or 4 gloves, and they were all different gloves, and they were all for the left hand. I don't know where the right hand ones went. Fran says, I get cold pretty easily, so thank you. So you couldn't be here, huh? Sia says, I'm not sure. Hey, Sonny, how are you? Sonny says, hi, Yvonne. Ray says, hi, Sonny. Rosebud says, hi, Sonny. Oh, you guys, I feel so loved. Thank you so much for joining me. And Sonny, my daughter Brittany was in here a little bit. Yeah, she came right before Dean. Dean missed her, but she just wanted to give me some support, and she said hi to a few of she said hi to a few of you, and you said hi back, and I appreciate that so much. And she was able to meet you guys through chat. Jean says, Sunny. Fran says, no, I would freeze. LOL. Yeah, it's cold. Sunny says, hi, Ray. Wendy says, hi again, Sunny. Fran says, howdy, Sunny. Jeb says, hi, Sunny. Sunny says, hi, Rosebud. See ya. I still don't know what that says. Sunny says, hi, Wendy. Terry says, Sunny. Dean says, Fran is gray hoodie-less. LOL. Bahadir. Hello, Nana. I don't know what that says. Sunny says, Deb and Fran. Joshua says, hey, Sunny, it's nice to meet you again. I only speak English, so I have no idea what you just said. Sunny says, hi, Terry. Oh, how are you? I am good. I hope you are good as well. Sunny says, hi, Joshua. Charles says, Sunny. Sunny says, hey, Dean. Deb says, we got a foot of snow from that storm. Yeah, I think we did too. I wouldn't be surprised if it was more. Sunny says, hi to anyone I missed. Lots of people in here, Yvonne. Yes, I feel blessed. Thank you so much, everyone. Joshua says, it's going to get cold again. I knew it. Winter is upon us, Sunny. Fran says, I need Dean's gray hoodie, waiting for the right moment to ask again, lol. Right? You need more than that. You need like an Eskimo jacket. Sunny says, yes. Yes, Joshua. Charles says, all the best in Nana's chat. Yes, thank you so much. Rosebud, thank you for all the heart emojis. I appreciate that. Jeb says, night, Charles. Night, Charles. Thank you for joining me. Sunny says, hi, Charles. And right. And Seth says, bye, good morning from Nepal. Hello. Like and done. Well, thank you so much. For those that didn't see this, this is the snowman I'm working on right now. I have done a lot. My daughter popped up on here and it's for my daughter, so I was like, oh no, but I don't think she was on here when I showed it. Um okay, Anzel, that's not how we work here. You don't just ask for it and I give. That is really not how it works. Sunny says, no, not yet, Joshua. And Sunny says, pretty. Thank you, Sunny. Rosebud says, love the snowman. Thank you. And says, wow, nice, ma'am. Wendy says, that's cute, Yvonne. Thank you. Thank you, Wendy. Joshua says, I subscribe to Mrs. Paula Sunny, by the I subscribe to Mrs. Paula Sunny, by the way. I hope I said that right. Yeah, Sunny, after I did those Spark orders earlier, I went back out and I did 2 shipped orders. One was for Target and one was for a store that we have here called Hy-Vee. I don't know if you have that where you're at. Sunny says, okay, nice. Oh, Charles says, I was just saying that all the best people are in here. I'm not leaving yet. Oh, good, good, Charles. We start saying goodbye to you. You can stay, you can stay. Deb says, okay, sorry, Charles. I read wrong. Yes, no, you can stay. Oh, yeah. I just got somebody wants me to shop for them, but that's not happening today. I did enough shopping. When you have shipped and you have preferred members, they can reach out to you um whether you have availability or not, just in case you might want to do their order since they're on your preferred list. And they get preferred. For those of you that don't know, if you have somebody that you have shopped for and they're really satisfied with your performance of shopping for them, then they may ask you if you will be their personal shopper. And I have quite a few of them, even though I don't do much shipped. So, but really, it's so crazy because the ones that will ask, it'll show, and then maybe I'll go on there, and then in 1 second somebody else already took it. So they don't have just me as their preferred. They might have a few. I don't know. Joshua says, I was telling Paula about Disney stuff. I used to like. Oh, Disney stuff you used to like. Sonny, you know Pinocchio, right? Sonny says yes. And then Jakey says hi. Hello. I have to get something to drink. I will be right back. Ah, I just appreciate you all. I'm going to be on here for about 10 more minutes. Does anybody else in the chat like eggnog? This is not alcohol eggnog. This is non-alcohol eggnog. It's my favorite time of year when I can have my eggnog. Joshua says the movie Pinocchio is better than the newer one. So do you think so? Sonny says I like the old version better. Yes, the old version I like better too. Fran says I love eggnog. Sonny says I like eggnog. Joshua says I agree. And the blue fairy is that stars. I agree. In the blue fairy, in that star, you know who she looks like. Um, I'm not even reading that out loud. That last one I'm not reading. Oh, so just in case anybody has checked my positive affirmations out in the morning, every morning I do positive affirmation video, and this is the book that I use. A Year of Positive Thinking, Daily Inspiration, Wisdom, and Courage. Now, the day I first got this book is the day that I started um, doing the daily affirmations, and I don't believe I have missed a day yet. But look, wait a minute, I'm losing it. Like, does that mean I use it a lot? Aren't you supposed to use this every day? I think the binding sucked, so. But I hope everybody enjoys the positive affirmation that I do every day. I really enjoy it. And for those that um don't watch, that's fine. For those that do, that's also fine. Tomorrow, no, see, it says December. But I just like to start our days with positive affirmation. I know I need a positive affirmation, and thankful to everybody else that does too. Terry says, Joshua, I watched Wicked today in the theater. It was good. Oh, yes. Awesome, Terry. I saw the Broadway play Wicked. That was really good. Rosebud says, yes, love the positive affirmations. Oh, well, thank you, Rosebud. I just like to put it out there for whoever wants to listen, and however I can just bring God into the day and help you think about things better is just truly an honor to do so. Um, I am going to be on here for another 6 minutes. I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Oh, what I wanted to tell you guys. So yesterday I went to my grandson's birthday party. He turns 14 tomorrow. He they had basketball, volleyball there. Um, they ordered pizza. My grandson had a Timberwolves cake. Apparently, that's his favorite team. Um, and then my 3-year-old grandson, who is just the cutest, he hasn't been to my house for a little bit. He's supposed to be next, so it might be happening next weekend. Um, I believe it will be happening next weekend. And anyway, he says, Nana, I want to come live with you. He didn't say, Nana, I want to come visit you. He said, Nana, I want to come live with you. I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. And then my daughter was like, well, do you mean for like a few hours, like a day? And he said, no, I want to go live with Nana. That was just so sweet. Joshua says Terry has heard of the original Pinocchio movie. The blue fairy is some kind of fairy. Oh, the only what is that one? Oh no, there's a blue fairy. I can picture it. But is she in Pinocchio or is she on something else? I'm trying to remember which one. Fran says, bye, Yvonne. Have a great night. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Fran. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful evening. I don't know if you're going to go out working, but have a great one. God bless you. Sunny says, I don't understand all of what Joshua is saying. I'm sorry. It's okay. Charles says, night, Fran. Joshua says, do you know who the blue fairy is, Yvonne? What she looks like from the Pinocchio movie, the original? I believe so. Thank you for the hearts, Fran. Thank you. Fran says, night, Charles, night all. Fran says, yes, working. Oh, yes, working. You're working. Okay, I hope you make lots of money. Yes, just gonna be on here for 2 more minutes. Thank you everybody for who has joined me tonight. I appreciate it. For the most part, I didn't get too many T ends with S, so that's awesome. Those are always awesome. It does have more people join, but I would rather have all my friends join my lives and get to talk and chit chat and see how everybody's doing than for me to have all of that riffraff. So Joshua says, so she does have blue hair and wings and a blue dress and a star wand. And what else? I can't think of anything else, Joshua. But Joshua, I'm going to be getting off here in just a minute. So you have a good night and God bless you. Zenek says I'm getting bald head. What to do? Ah, bald head. I don't know what you do for that. That just comes naturally, doesn't it? Ray says, have a great night, everyone. Yes, thank you so much, Ray, for joining. I appreciate you. Rosebud says, good night, all. Good night, Rosebud. Thank you for joining. Good night. Everybody have a great one. Till next time. God bless.